Hey everybody, welcome back to some more WARNO, and today we're gonna take a look at the Territorialkommando Süd, the West German division coming with the Masena, whatever it is, milestone. I will also be going very briefly over the tank changes, price changes, at the end of the video, because that's obviously quite impactful. And in case you didn't know, in a recent patch, they introduced autoloaders. They changed a bunch of rate of fire stats on tanks, so I'll briefly cover those at the end of the video as well, because those are probably the biggest non-new division changes coming with the milestone. Now, let's take a look at this West German division. They're kind of like a support, reserve, whatever you want to call the type of division. So don't expect Leopard 2s, don't expect the fancy new toys. So yeah, kind of like a Cat C division in Wargame, I guess. A Cat C support decks, kind of. I don't know. Logistics, nothing really special. You get a Mankadi truck, a CH-53 supply helo, Iltis CV, and the M577. Nothing really fancy there. You can also see basically all of those are shared with the 2nd Panzergren and the 5th Panzerdivision, except for the CH-53. Infantry. Now that's some interesting stuff here. We have Reserve Pioneer. Like a low HP Pioneer squad, you know, no MG and only SMGs compared to normal Pioneers, which are, I wouldn't say standardized, but very similar across factions. You still get the same cycle charges, the same amount as well, just less HP, no MG, and in this case also SMGs. Transports are, however, in this case, the same. No Iltis for these guys, even though they're only 6 men. I guess the Iltis can't really carry too much, can it? It's literally got like 4 seats. You could probably cram 2 more soldiers in the back there. And on the second row, they can just 3 of them can stand up and hold on to the bars there. And then you have 1 driver and 6 dudes. Come on, they can fit in there. Anyway, Pioneer, Armbrust. Nothing really new either. Heimatschützen and Sicherungs. I think this is the first division that has them both, right? Heimatschützen are in the 8th Infantry, and the Sicherungs are in the 2 other West German divisions. In this case, you finally get both. If you really want to spam those, you got 2 of each as well, if you really want to spam those reserves. Personally, still hoping they're going to introduce some training set to make them at least comparatively even weaker, but also even cheaper as well. Because at 45 points, they also get like the negative experience, if that's what you want to call it, right? Less chance to hit, lower rate of fire, lower stress resistance. Yeah, Feldjäger, also not really new. Honestly, I don't think I've seen him yet. I think they could be actually quite interesting because SMGs have crazy good stats for town fighting, but at 30 points, like you get almost only 1/3 of the men you have on the Sicherung squad, and you still cost more. M40A1, also not really new. Milan 1, also not new. We got some Green Berets, they're definitely new. 6 HP squad, 84, 2 M249s in the Humvee or the Blackhawk. I also got some jeans, as you can see. Interesting. He's looking buff though. Jäger CV and Jäger. 4 cards of the Jäger even. And they also come this time with the M113. Is it the first division and can carry them with the M113? We have this transport for other stuff like Panzergrens, but unless they recently changed it, I don't remember them coming in this. And they also made it 15 points finally. I think it's been 25 at some point, then I think they buffed it to 20, finally 15, which I think is like a basic bitch 1 armor, basic MG transport should, in my eyes, be more or less equal to a basic wheeled truck, right? You trade speed for slightly better survivability and some offensive power. I think that's roughly equal. And you get a good amount of extra road speed on the truck. You have some French units. I think those are the first ones, correct? You got some infantry CV coming in the Puma. 55 points for this Puma. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I hate this. When you click on a new unit, it replaces what you had pinned, so I can't really compare this in the deck building with the Blackhawk. But it could be cheaper. Doesn't have an MG though. Not like it really matters, honestly. We got Aeromobiles, I don't know. Apilas squad. They're essentially vampires on steroids, the RPG-29. They have less accuracy, I'm pretty sure, but the same range, 21 AP and 20 RPM. They're 10 men for 50 points. I only got 1 MG, and it's just a basic bitch MG, no saw. At this point, since they reintroduced the differences when it comes to range scaling, I'm honestly uncertain how MMGs and saws compare to each other, but they're obviously not particularly interesting versus infantry. Of course, FAMAS just basic assault rifle stats. Milan 2. I mean, like the West German Milan 2. The Milan 1 here and the Milan 2 French. And Green Beret leader as well with 12 HP, 3 MGs, and the Flash. Coming in a Chinook even. And the Humvee as well. Hold on. I might be missing something here. But didn't Eugene deny the Humvee to some other 9 or 10 HP squads, saying they would not fit in, and now the 12 HP squads get... Anyway, I'm not gonna start the discussion. Artillery. Tampella mortar, nothing new. Panzermörser. Not really new, because I'm pretty sure you get the exact same mortar on the M113 in the... Is it the 5th Panzer Division or is it the 2nd Panzer gun? I don't remember. Toad, 105mm. Howitzer. Yeah. 15 seconds aim time for such low HE. I'm pretty sure they haven't implemented any artillery reworks yet, so I would take sets like these with a grain of salt, because they're presumably gonna change in a not insignificant manner, but I got like no details on that, honestly. Tanks. Kanonenjagd Panzer 1 card. Nothing really special. Silicate is mediocre stealth, which is nice. P4 Milan with Milan 2. Don't let this fool you. Kinda nice. Jeeps of course get good stealth, so that's kinda cool. Has to reload after every missile though, since it has only one tube. M48 A2GA2. That's a mouthful. Tank CV, that's the M48 with L7 gun, so the 105mm, whereas the basic one only has a 90mm gun, and you got the 105mm version as a normal tank as well, so no Leopards whatsoever. You can also see this one is 10 RPM and this one is 9 RPM. Recon tank, we got this thing here. Name is not complete yet, you know. It's not a TPC, which is I think Truppenpanzer, essentially, or yeah. Essentially transport, it's not a transport, but exceptional optics, recon vehicle with an MG3. Aufklärer and Jägeraufklärer. I think Jägeraufklärer is in literally every division that has access to West German units. And they are very, very good still, honestly. Gazelle, recon, one with a gun and one without. Yep, very good optics both. This one though, I don't know if that is intended, but you can see the autonomy changes massively, right? Goes from 15 to 28, but the fuel also goes down by more than 2/3. Anyway, Fallschirmjäger B1. I mean, kind of like your Fernspeer, but I'm pretty sure the Fernspeer are only 6 HP. You know, the green Hulk units. AMX-10. Finally got this one here as well. 17 AP, 105mm gun. Mediocre stealth, good optics, 10% stabilizer, 8 RPM, and an MG. Haven't played with this one yet because reasons, but it's finally made its way to Wargame as well. 3 front armor, so it's gonna be quite resistant to autocannons, at least at long ranges. You also only get, you only get 1 card of 6, so you know you can't spam them as easily as you could in Wargame. Anti-air. Got your basic bitch Toad stuff at L70 Bofors, 40mm, and a 20mm RH202. That seems to be the exact same gun, if we go off the name, as used by the Marder 1. Fliegerfaust, Eyehawk, Roland 2 and Roland 3. I don't know if it's in the current live version already, but Roland 2 is finally radar as well. Even though it still says electro-optical, so it probably changed to radar. And not being Fine Forget has been in the game, I think, for a bit, but I still don't understand why that made it into the live game in the first place, having the Roland 2 non-guided and non-radar at the same time. It was never Fine Forget to begin with any of the Rolands in real life, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, I should say. Gazelle Cannon, the same thing as we have in the Recon tab, just without optics. This time around, they're very consistent with the autonomy and fuel. Gazelle Hot and Hot 2, you know, fairly self-explanatory. And air tab wise, We got this little bomber here, 6 per card, 2 MK83s. So I wouldn't say small, but certainly not a medium-sized bomb, let's say. They're not the MK84s, which I don't think are in the game yet. MK84s are like 1,000 kilogram bombs, or 900, something like that. A good bit bigger than MK83. But we get 6 of them, 10% ECM. F1 or F4F AA, we've seen before a Mirage with cluster bombs, 4 of them. They have quite some penetration, but the plane itself not particularly survivable, only 20% ECM and not very good agility, so it's not gonna turn away as quickly from AA. Mirage, ASF, decent ECM, okay missiles, semi-active of course. The, what are they called? The Find and Forget missiles that the Rafale has in Wargame. Is it a Mika or something? I don't know. F4F AT, we've also known about or seen before. Same with the... Why are they both called HE2? Shouldn't one be called HE and the other one HE2? Anyway, this one with the MK83s, the other one with the MK82s. Many small bombs or fewer big bombs. Of course, those are the same ones as you can see on the F104G. And then we have an F111F with LGBs. LGB2, I don't think we've seen an LGB1 yet even, so there you go. With 4 GBUs, GBU 10s specifically. Lots of HE. Those are gonna hit like a truck. So yeah, that's this division. I should also briefly show you the tank changes. I guess there's also been changes. Oh, I hate these new filters. To some jeeps as well and such, but mainly tanks. Red Fire and Outloader, I'm pretty sure have not changed since the live version, but you don't have 140 point M1 Abrams anymore. You can, of course, stats didn't change, right? Pause the video at any moment to look at the specific prices, but the M1 is, for example, 185 and more comparable to the T80B. 101 up to 80 points, the 105 with this ordering makes me mad every time. One up to 100, right from what were they, 1680 respectively before. TADB 225, TADB 200, M1 IP also at 200, right? T72 at 100. We also have T34s at 30 points. We have a card of PD76s also at 30 points. I'm not gonna go over all of them. Like I said, just pause the video. Again, stats I'm pretty sure have not changed. So, yep. In any case, that was the Territorialkommando Süd. And tomorrow we're gonna take a look at the... I don't know what KDA stands for, but Bezirk Erfurt. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.